Dear Dramata, please forgive me for writing to you. I know it is unexpected, but I am urged to share my strong senses with you. So please read it unless you want me to stay alert, nervous, unhappy, and distracted. I am in your hands. I saw you on TV dancing one night and cannot shake the feeling off. The rhythm, the structure causing some consequences, the conditions embedded in your movement. It was all like some instructions would come to you from above, causing you to create new solutions, environment, and a very special air to breathe. Tonight was such a multi-sensory experience. I saw the arts in a new light, causing my brain to function on a new level. I cannot lose that experience and forget the unique organizations my brain went through, which create a new order for me to cope with information, knowledge, beauty, and all connecting movements. I used to think of the world as 2D, flat, 3D, sculptural, and 4D, time-based. I used to enjoy looking at images by changing my distance to see less or to focus to appreciate and connect. I used to walk around sculptures to see their different dimensions, structures, or variations, and enjoy architecture by seeing it from around, inside, or above. I used to appreciate work based on time, from reading a book to listening to music. I enjoy musicals that combine images with dances, music, voices, and motions. Now I can see it in 4D, 5D, and even more. I cannot even begin to describe the amount of D's you've added to my world last night just by dancing. What I felt during your performance is hard to describe. Elation may be the closest word, but I've only experienced that once before.
When I saw a butterfly for the first time.
I am begging to meet with you via video conferencing so that we can talk about all my questions, excitement, and anxiety so that they can be resolved one way or another. I do realize that you are a talented, well-known artist, and I am but an unknown coder, but it causes me so much thinking about your art and craft that pushes me to write this letter and beg you for a virtual meeting. We live so far apart, I know, but I'm hoping that when I explore some options to you, you yourself will ask me for yet another meeting. Please do not think of me as a callous or self-important person. I am but the opposite. It is just that something happened to me, and I cannot resist contacting you and risking going along my life without losing sleep.
We all know that might lead to some special circumstances that we would all appreciate less, so please take it as a social duty to release my tensions. Sincerely, Kalazuko.
Dear Kalazuko, I surely appreciate your letter, and even though coding or any form of computing goes beyond my passions, I feel I simply have to meet with you online. Wednesday at 3 a.m. works for me. You need to set it up. As for me, computers are typed for typing and answering excessively long and demanding messages only.
The same applies to the other arts. I cannot even draw a stick figure.
Sincerely, Dramata.
Dear Dramata, 3 a.m. on Wednesday it is. It is 3 a.m. on Wednesday already. So I am connecting us now. Bear with me. It will just take a minute.
P.S. I cannot dance. I never could, but I enjoy watching people dance very much.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Fine. Thanks for asking. Have you read my letter?
Oh yes, therefore I must be here.
Oh, that is such a relief. I am but a simple coder.
A coder?
A programmer, not so simple. I mean, it's pretty complicated, but people are so afraid of my profession that it makes me feel smaller and less important. I do lots of good things that you benefit from in your daily life.
Enough! I know, but it does not interest me.
I'm a dancer, and I only function in a step-by-step based world. I think in steps. My life consists of steps, routines, tempos, values, more. I need to know music, of course, and all the elements of principle and design. I need to know dancing. I need to know literature, as they often want me to sing text while I'm dancing, but dancing is my primary thing. I am a dancer. I always was, and I always will be.
I know, but when you dance, why am I feeling so connected to you and so involved? My job and passions are the routines, steps, conditions, and all the resulting consequences. I also think in steps. Maybe I am losing sleep because I can see it all in your craft.
My craft is art. Do not offend me.
There is nothing wrong with craft. You sleep under a cover and have a keychain for your car keys.
Nope. I have a manufactured weighted blanket, and I open every door with my phone.
So nice to hear. You are immersed in technology then.
I did not make it. I bought it, and my dancing provided for it.
So I see we have much more in common.
What?
We both follow steps, routines, and conditions. We create new content or make the old content more appealing. We're both structured and organized, but playful and imaginative,
But I can only think in a linear fashion.
even when you improvise.
Well,
See?
pardon me?
Well, we're the same thinkers. We're both creators and developers, often bending the rules but guided by some.
Oh, well,
Would you describe for me your most significant challenges, please?
well, yes. There is the tango. The tango is a dance that originated in the slums of Buenos Aires in the mid-1800s. While many variations exist, the most famous is still the original Argentine tango. They often have me dance it, but I do not follow it very well. There are steps and all, but it does not appeal to me altogether.
Which way?
The turns.
Here's a sequence of how they could be defined through visually recorded steps.
I know what the dance looks like,
Well, I can simplify it for you. Let's look at a graph.
but it is abstract.
There's nothing wrong with abstracts, but let me do it for you. I'll show you how the codes work. Typically, you'd need a partner to dance it with. So perhaps we can solve it by looking at a code. Give me a second. Make yourself a cup of tea, and I'll show you a code.
I cannot understand a single line.
It's all in English. And this is how it looks like when it's outputted as a visual outcome.
This I can refer to.
This is what coding is about.
Okay, I see. Another example of tango, but in a different language, C# in Visual Studio.
Please pour yourself some juice while I make it available for you.
Now the waltz, please.
Here it is.
Love the waltz. It's one of the oldest and most popular dance styles in the world, originally danced as a rural tradition among European peasantry in 13th century Bavaria, Germany, and Austria. But the code?
Yes, make yourself a cup of coffee while I look at it. Now we will work on the cha-cha.
Of course. I danced the cha-cha last in Havana. The cha-cha developed after World War II in the Afro-Cuban community and stems from the Cuban triple mambo.
Awesome. Make yourself a cup of...
I cannot possibly drink that much.
Eat an apple.
This is so cool. Can I see the foxtrot now?
100%. Pour yourself a glass of water, and I'll be right back with the code. Here it is.
You know, the foxtrot, named after Henry Vaudeville. You know, he was a big vaudeville star in the early 20th century American dance. He rose to fame during the ragtime music's heyday. Okay, that makes sense. How about the salsa? The salsa refers to a variety of Latin dances with a fusion of Latin, Spanish, and African rhythms originating in the 1930s and 40s in Cuba and Puerto Rico.
Yes, of course. Please pour yourself a cup of cocoa while I come up with the code. I can do swing too.
Yes, swing dance came out in the New York City club scene of the 1920s and 30s, a time when African American jazz bands ruled the nightclubs and dance halls. Lindy Hop, Charleston, and Jitterbug are all some of the earliest popular swing dances. Wow, I feel ready to become a coder.
Yes, you are.
Would you describe your challenges for me, please?
That would be the conditions. I never know what to expect.
Well, that should be easy. Dance a tango with two partners.
I feel ready for a dancing career.
I can code.
I can dance.
Let's
do both.
Import turtle, import time, screen equals turtle, period screen, forward parentheses, backward parentheses, screen, period setup, forward parentheses, 500, comma 500, backward parentheses, screen period. Kalazuko, sing with me! Color mode to finish. You really made me curious.
You really made me dance.
He told her about safety, security, reliability, testability, maintainability, and portability. Those she applied to her work respectively.